What's up, YouTube? I'm Scott and this is Freakin' Fishing. I'm really excited. I'm starting a new video series on my channel and it's called Bass Club 101 video series. What I'm doing is I'm joining a bass club. I've never done it before. I've fished one tournament in my entire life, so I know nothing about what I'm doing. We're going to learn it together. So my plan with this series is to document the entire process. I mean from start to finish. I'm going to tell you how I chose a bass club. I'm going to tell you what happens in meetings. I'm going to take you to the lake with me. We're going to go to the weigh-ins and we're going to do this entire season together. I don't plan on sugarcoating anything. My goal here is to help anyone who, like me, is wanting to get into bass tournament fishing. So if you're an experienced angler and you fish tournaments, this video series is not going to be for you. But if you're thinking about joining a bass club and you don't know exactly what to expect, hopefully this is going to shed a little light for you. Now I want to dive right into it and give you some of the things that I considered in this process of joining a bass club. I'm going to apologize in advance because I have a lot of notes jotted down here on my computer, and so I'm going to be kind of reading to you here and there. But I think a lot of this stuff's going to be important. If you're considering joining a bass club, just do it. Just do it. Don't procrastinate. Get out there, gather information, and get started. There's no point in waiting. This one was really important to me. I needed something that would fit my life. I didn't need something that was going to be a burden. And what I mean by that is some clubs are going to fish one day. Some clubs are going to fish 2 days. Some clubs are going to have a lot of members. Some are going to be small. Some are going to be close. Some are going to be far. And so that's a consideration when you're thinking about joining a bass club. All of that stuff is important. But the main thing is you want to be as comfortable as possible, so it needs to fit into your life. Now, we've all been worried about this one at some point. Most clubs are going to have a yearly membership. They're going to have an entry fee for each tournament you enter, and some will have an optional big bass pot. And then, of course, travel's an added expense. Important. So whatever club you find, know the rules. Read them in advance, and that's going to help familiarize you with the club and what it's all about. Now this is one that not everybody thinks about, but I think it's important. One of my goals is to get comfortable in a tournament setting. If I enjoy this, I plan on keeping going and advancing in tournament fishing. So it's important for me to become comfortable with what I'm doing. And I also want to improve on fishing new lakes, going to new water and being able to find fish. Those two things there are what I'm hoping to get out of this bass club. Now the club that I joined is about 2 hours from me. So that's going to be a little bit of travel for me. I found some clubs that were a little closer, but they only fish 1 or 2 lakes, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted somewhere that fished several lakes because, like I said before, one of my goals is to get better at going to a new lake and finding the fish. Now, this particular club, I'm familiar with the lakes they fish, but I've only actually been on one of them. I know where they're at, but I've only fished one of them. And I've only fished it once, so I really don't know what I'm doing on these lakes. I know that's going to put me at a disadvantage, but that's what I needed to be able to meet my goals. It's important to me to fish new waters. Now, my parameters for finding a new club. What was important to me? Well, I needed a club that only fished 1 day. There was another club that I really liked, but they fished a Saturday and Sunday, and I just can't be gone for that long. I'm pretty busy, so I needed one that was 1 day only. I didn't want expensive fees in the first year, This club is charging a $30 entry fee per tournament with I believe it's a $10 big bass fee. And so that's not a whole lot of money. I figure I'm going to be giving away my money in this first year. And so I'm not trying to make any of these guys rich. So my main thing is to get experience with it and not give away too much money. I've got to keep in mind that all of these guys that have fished this tournament or this club have fished these waters before, so it's going to put me at a big disadvantage. But my main objective is to learn something here. The last thing I want to mention, go to the first meeting. I think that's a big one. This is the first step in your journey to tournament fishing. So for me, it was about seeing faces and getting comfortable and knowing people before I get there to the ramp on that first morning. And there was some great information there as well. And in the next episode of this series, I'm going to be discussing exactly what happened in that first meeting. That way you'll know what to expect. I think we're off to a good start. If you have any suggestions or you think I missed something important, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm excited, and hopefully we can learn about this together. And until then, go fish.